people! So today we are here again in our Mathematics 6 class and we will have another lesson for this quarter 1 in week 1. And for today's lesson, we would be learning about addition and subtraction of simple fractions and mixed numbers without regrouping. So again, I'm your teacher Christelle for your subject in math. So let's start. Again, so today you will learn addition and subtraction of simple fractions and mixed numbers with or without regrouping. So you are going to solve problems involving addition or subtraction of fractions using appropriate problem solving. Okay? Okay. Before we start with our proper discussion, let us first have a review. Can you first give me the LCD or the least common denominator of the following? Yes, for number 1, what is the LCD of 4 and 8? Yes, you're correct. That is 8. How about for number 2, 6 and 10? Okay, that is 30. How about for number 3, 9 and 15? Yep, we got 45. And for 12 and 10, the LCD is 60. And then number 5, 14 and 7, the LCD is 14. Very good. Okay, I have here 3 fractions. Letter A is 1/8 plus 2/8 is equals to 3/8. Letter B, we have 5/6 minus 2/9 is equal to n. And letter C, we have 4/12 plus 9/12 is equals to 13/12 or 1 and 1/12. And the first example, what have you noticed with the denominator? Yes, they have the same denominators, which are 8. So, if they have the same denominator, this is called similar fractions. How about in the second example? What have you noticed with the denominator? Yes, they have different denominators. And once they have different denominators, this is called the similar fractions. And how about in the third example? What kind of final answer do you see in it? Yep, it's a mixed numbers. Mixed numbers is composed of a whole number and a fraction. And how do you deal with fraction in getting the final answer? Yep, we just have to simplify the final answers in lowest terms. Okay, let us have situation number 1, wherein we are going to add a simple fractions. So we have here an example, 2/6 plus 3/4 is equal to n. The first step that we are going to do is to find the LCD of the denominators, which is 6 and 4. The LCD of 6 and 4 is 12. So if the add-ons are similar fractions, how do we add them up together? So you just simply add the numerator and copy the denominator. That is if you are adding similar fractions. Okay? So for the solution of this problem, we just need to divide first the LCD of the denominators. So so we have 12 divided by 6. So as you can see, we have here the 12 and the 6. We divide it, the answer is 2. And then multiply the answer to the numerator. So we have 2 times 2, that is 4. So we get 4/12. And then, as you can see, you can observe that the 12 became the denominator. Next one. We have 12 divided by 4. That is 3. Multiplied it by the numerator, which is 3. The answer is 9. So, we have now 9/12. So, since this is already a similar fraction, we can now perform the indicated operation. So, just add the numerators. We have 4 plus 9, that is 13. Then copy the denominator. The answer is 13/12, or simplify your answers into lowest term. The final answer will be 1 and 1/12. Okay, so let's have example or situation number 2, wherein we are going to subtract simple fractions. So my example here is 3/4 minus 2/5 is equal to n. So as you can see, this is a dissimilar fraction since they have different denominators. So how are we going to solve for this one? We are still going to find for their LCD. So the LCD of 4 and 5, wherein it's the denominator, is 20. So that is the LCD of 4 and 5. Okay, so we are going to change the given fractions to similar fractions since we already found the LCD of 4 and 5, which is 20. So here's the solution. We're just going to follow the first example that we had earlier. So we are going to divide the LCD by each denominator of its fraction. So we have, for the first one, 20 divided by 4 is 5. And then multiply it by 3. So 5 times 3, that's 15. So we get 15 over 20. So you just copy the denominator here. And then we have for the next one, 20 divided by 5, that is 4. So 4 times 2, the numerator, that is 8. So we have 8 over 20. Now, this is already a similar fraction since they already have the same denominator. So we can perform the indicated operation, which is subtraction. So we are going to subtract. Okay, let's have situation number 3, adding mixed fractions. So we have example here, 2 and 1/4 plus 3 and 2/6. So yes, you can see this is a mixed fraction or a mixed number since it has a whole number on its fraction and a fraction. So the first thing that we're going to do is to add the whole numbers since the operation that we're asked to do is addition. So we have 2 plus 3, that is equal to 5. And then, since we have different denominators for each fraction, we are going to find for the LCD. So for this one, the LCD for 4 and 6 is 12. Yes. Okay. So just perform the same process from situation 1 and situation 2, wherein we are going to divide the LCD to the denominator and multiply the answer to its numerator. Okay, so once you got follow the process, the answer would be 5 and 7/12. Okay, let's have another example here. Oh, I'm sorry. That should be situation number 4. So for this one, we are going to subtract mixed fraction. So same process but different operation. We are just going to subtract the whole number first. So 6 minus 2, that is 4. And if you have different denominators, you need to find the LCD. So the LCD for 2 and 4 here is 4. Okay? So again, same process. For this one, we have 2/4 minus 3/4. I have a note that we cannot take away 3/4 from 2/4. So we group by taking one from the whole number and express it as a fraction, then subtract. So here is our solution. Rename as 5/3/4, 6 1/2 minus 2, and 3. Alright. Okay, so let us proceed to our last example here. For this one, we are going to solve word problems involving addition and subtraction of fractions. Okay, so let us read first the problem. Anna weighs 29 and 3/4 kilograms. Her sister Emma weighs 34 and 1/4 kilograms. How much heavier is Emma than her sister? So for us to be able to solve this word problem, we have to follow the steps in problem solving. But what are the steps in problem solving? So here they are. You have to understand first what are the questions about understanding. You have to know what is asked in the problem. So when this problem, the problem is asking how heavier is Emma than her sister, who is Anna. Okay? Next one. What are the given facts? So for us to be able to understand more the problem, let us identify the given facts in this problem. So the given facts in this problem are 29 and 3/4 kilograms, which is Anna's weight, and 34 and 1/4 kilograms, which is Emma's weight. Okay? Next, what operations are needed to solve the problem? So for this problem, the operation that is asked to do is to subtract. Yes, we are going to find how much weight is heavier is Emma to Anna. And then what is the number sentence? So the number sentence for this problem is 34 and 1/4 minus 29 and 3/4. That is n. Okay, or unknown. We have to put here first the letter n, which is unknown. And then go for the solution. We have 34 and 1/4 minus 29 and 3/4. Since this is a mixed number, again, we are going to perform the indicated operation subtraction to the whole number first, which is 34 minus 29, that is 5. And then since we have the same denominator for both fractions, you don't need to find for the LCD, just copy them and perform the indicated operation. But then again, there's a note here that we cannot take away 3/4 from 1/4, so we are going to borrow 1 from the whole number. So this becomes 4 and 4/4 plus 1/4, that is 4 and 5/4. Then subtract it now. 4 and 5/4 minus 3/4 is 4 and 2/4. Do not forget to simplify your answer into lowest term. For this one, the final answer is 4 and 1/2. Okay, so I want to know what have you learned for this session. Okay, so how do you add and subtract similar and dissimilar fractions? Yes, when you add or subtract fractions with similar denominators, simply add the numerators and copy the denominator. In case that the denominators are different when adding and subtracting fractions, just rename the fractions using the least common denominator LCD and simplify it. And how do you solve word problems? To solve word problems involving addition and subtraction of simple fractions and mixed numbers, understand the problem with the questions: what is asked, what are the given facts, and plan. With questions: what operation will be used, what is the number sentence, then solve and check. I hope you learned from today's session, and I would like you to please like and subscribe to my channel so that you would be able to be notified with my video lessons. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll be the first one to know what my video lessons are that would help you to learn in your module. So I hope you had a good day and enjoy learning. Goodbye.